Vasily, we saw the pictures of you in the dressing room crying. Can you talk about how much it hurt to be on the wrong end of those scores?
Then I had a speech. I just remember my son today called me 7 times and every time tell me, hey, and then you. And then in this moment, then I remember this moment. It was very hard for me.
What's wrong about crying? You know, when you're happy, you're smiling, you're laughing, everybody says it. If you cry a little bit, it's emotions. So I don't think anything wrong here. I cry sometimes too.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So in this fight, we saw the blood, the sweat, and the tears. You know, leading up to this fight, I made a video and I reported something that Michael Jai White, he said on Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the narrator of the show. He revealed that Lomachenko struggled for years dealing with the Teofimo Lopez loss. And I told you guys in that video, you don't see the real emotions of these fighters until they get into the dressing room and they're all alone. When they get in that shower and there's no more cameras, there's no more teammates patting you on the back and telling you what you want to hear to make you feel better. You're all alone with just you and your thoughts. That's when the real emotions set in, and that's often when we get tears. Do you guys remember the TV show The Contender? The first season with Sylvester Stallone and Sugar Ray Leonard. That was a great boxing show for so many reasons, but one of the main reasons it was so good is because you got to see a different side of the boxer. Now, for those of you guys who didn't watch the show, it was a boxing tournament. It was a boxing reality tournament. There would be at least one fight every week. And because it's a reality show, when a fighter loses and goes to the dressing room, we get to see all of this. We get all of that access. And almost every single time a fighter lost, when he was on camera in the ring, he would still be smiling for the most part. You know, he didn't look like it was bothering him that much. He would give the winner credit, or sometime they wouldn't. And then they would march off to the dressing room. And that's when you seen it all. Almost all of them would break down and start crying. Because this was a big opportunity. This was the biggest opportunity they felt they would most likely get in their career. Winning that tournament was like winning a gold medal. So everything was on the line, which is the reason why these fighters, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into this tournament. The obvious point is it's normal to cry. It's normal to cry when there is so much at stake. And when it comes to Lomachenko, this is the reason why it doesn't matter to Lomachenko. 1 million people can tell Lomachenko, you were robbed. You won that fight, Loma. None of that matters to Loma because he's still looking at his record. He's still looking at another loss. He's still looking at his legacy and how he will be remembered. And he doesn't want to be remembered taking another L. Because at the end of the day, just people telling you that you won the fight, it's still not going to make you feel any better. You still have an L on your record. Devin Haney is still undefeated, and he's still going to move on, and he's still going to be able to say that he won the most important fight of his career. And Lomachenko now has 3 losses on his record. He didn't avenge any of the losses, and he has to live with that for the rest of his life. Crying under those circumstances is normal. And I'm sure none of the non-black boxing fans that I'm talking to right now would disagree with that. But it's pretty ironic because these are the same non-black boxing fans that completely trashed and made fun of Shakur Stevenson when Shakur Stevenson cried after he lost in the Olympics. And it was fans here in America that were celebrating that Shakur Stevenson was crying because he lost in the gold medal match. Shakur Stevenson crying actually gave these race fans even more satisfaction because these race fans, they actually felt that that was their victory over the Black American Olympian. They made memes about Shakur Stevenson crying, and that's all they talked about was him crying. The first year of his career as he turned pro, that's all they talked about was Shakur Stevenson crying when he lost at the Olympics. They still talk about it today, actually. So now that the Matrix, Vasily Lomachenko, is crying after losing the most important fight of his career, after failing to accomplish what Loma said would be his biggest accomplishment, this would be his biggest dream, is to become undisputed in the lightweight division. Do you guys think any of those same fans that trash Shakur Stevenson for crying are going to do the same thing to Vasily Lomachenko? We know what time it is. Once again, crying under these circumstances is normal. The only time it's not normal, let old media and the race fans tell it, is when a black person does it. A black fighter does it. Even though when Shakur Stevenson was crying, he was 19 years old and Lomachenko is 35. And listen, for all the fans that saying that Devin Haney lost and Lomachenko won and it was a robbery, you guys know what time it is. You know this is normal talk. You know that this sport is based on race, nationality, and pride. You can't show me one single fight in the last 20 years that these same fans would say was a robbery that involved a black fighter losing the fight if he lost to someone that was not black. You can't show me one. I'm going to do a separate video and unpack all of this when it comes to quote unquote robbery talk. But just know this, whenever there is a fight of this magnitude that involves a black fighter fighting against someone that is not black, whenever the fight is competitive, these fans are always going to pull the robbery card. This has been going on since the inception. This is nothing new. Before the fight, they were making excuses for why Lomachenko was going to lose. He's old, he's small. And then once the fight is competitive, they all say it was a robbery. But at the end of the day, no matter how many people scream and yell, Loma won, as you can see on Loma's face, that's not making Loma feel better. A consolation prize from a bunch of race fans on the internet, it still doesn't make Lomachenko feel better because he still failed at accomplishing his dream of becoming undisputed. And outside of the obvious, the reason why these fans are not going to be making memes and making fun of Lomachenko for crying after this devastating defeat is because they are crying with Lomachenko. Like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video where I'm gonna really go deeper into this topic. But that's all for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.